right, I've taken my hot potatoes out of the microwave. What I'm going to do the don't bake my heart, my achy breaky heart, is I'm just slicing them in half. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna scoop out all the insides of the potatoes. And basically, we're gonna mash it up. See how nicely baked they are? It only took 8 minutes. So you just scoop that out. And you're gonna put it on your cookie sheet. You're gonna scoop it out. And then you're gonna put it on your cookie sheet. Probably a good idea to wait for your potatoes to be cool so you don't burn your hands, because not everybody has napalm fingers like I do. I'm taking my bacon out. I know you're worried about the grease. Don't worry about the grease. Trust me on this one. Very carefully so as not to get all burnt up myself. I'm just gonna use my trusty tongs. Just gonna shake it off a little bit and lay it on this paper towel so it'll blot the rest of the oil off. Okay, so now I've got all my potatoes scooped out, and I'm gonna get my secret ingredient for my mashed potatoes. Shh, don't tell anybody. My secret ingredient for my mashed potatoes is blue cheese. I love blue cheese. So I've got my blue cheese dressing, pepper, and salt. Not so much salt, but I like a lot of pepper because, like I said, I like my food spicy. Ow. All right, so now I'm gonna take the potatoes that I just scooped out and just mash them a little bit. Now remember, this is a coarsely done thing. I'm gonna take about a heaping 2 tablespoons, a real tablespoon, not like a measuring tablespoon, but I'm bumped. Okay, anyway, so you're gonna mush it together. I'm just gonna give a little sprinkling of salt. Because remember, we're adding the bacon to it, and with the blue cheese and the blue cheese toppings we're gonna add, you don't want it to be too salty. And I'm going to add my pepper. I'm just gonna mash it up some more. Now, for the other pièce de résistance, I am going to take my trusty kitchen shears, which I washed. I haven't done anything with them though. And I'm going to cut up these scallions. Just rough cuts, but you want to make them kind of thin. You don't want to have them too thick. I'm gonna take the bacon that's been sitting over here drying off, and I'm just gonna chop it. Okay, so you're gonna stir it all up. And then you're just gonna scoop a little bit out, and you're gonna fill your potatoes. I'm taking very special care as I make these. Well, one, because it's important to take special care as you cook, but two, because potatoes, I believe, are my favorite food group. Now, I know they're not a real food group. You don't need to correct me on that one, but potatoes are like the most important food ever to me. Ever since I was little, my first full sentence that I used to say was, fries, mommy, fries, like this, fries, mommy, fries. And ever since then, I've just been like a sucker for potatoes. Okay, so you already had your oven set to 375 before when you were doing the bacon. Now you're gonna turn it down to 350. Now they're gonna kind of wobble, so if you can, you're gonna try and mash them to get a little flat part because you want them to sit nice. Take a couple of blue cheese crumbles, you're just gonna put them on top here. Now remember, the potatoes already cooked, so you don't need to put them in too long. You just wanna get the little blue cheese crumbles to be toasty on top. Here, I have about a pound of deveined, peeled shrimp that I've already washed. I'm going to preheat the grill pan that we love and know so well from our last episode. I'm gonna preheat that. I'm gonna set it to about medium-high. Once I get my shrimp on my skewers and get them ready to go, I am going to just throw those potatoes in the oven. My artichokes should be done by then and everything will be ready. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put the skewer in the shrimp. Please go in. Like so, because what I'm trying to do is create the illusion of half of a heart. So I've got all my shrimp all skewered up nicely. Before I throw them on there, I'm gonna give them a little sprinkling of ginger, just because remember, it's one of our aphrodisiac ingredients. I'm gonna make the grown-up pudding cup. Remember we put those spoons in the freezer? They're gonna come back around, trust. So I'm basically just gonna take a standard box of pudding, and instead of the directions call for, what does it say? 2 cups of cold milk. So we're gonna substitute one of those cups of cold milk for a cup of coffee liqueur. So I'm gonna get that going right now. So I have got some raspberries that I've rinsed off because, again, another one of our special loving foods. I'm gonna get those spoons out of the freezer. I'm just gonna add a little bit of ice cream topping to these spoons, the type that gets hard as soon as it hits something cold, which is why we had our spoons in the freezer. We're gonna put a little dollop. You're just gonna roll it around a little bit because it's gonna harden up. Now you're gonna take a big spoonful of your chocolate pudding. You're just gonna put a berry on each one. But there, it's cute, and that's your dessert. I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator. So now I'm finally get my shrimp done. Now my griddle is nice and hot. Make sure I give it a little rub because I don't want for my shrimp to stick. It's a little too hot. Turn it down just a little bit. Just gonna give these a little hit of some lime juice while they're cooking. All right, so we're just gonna take a little brush. You wanna give them a little bit of flavor, but you don't wanna saturate it. You wanna still be able to taste the delightfulness of the shrimp. So they've got the nice little char from being grilled. They've got the glaze on them. You can use them almost like sponges and soak up the last bit of the glaze. Like I said, these are done. You could put them on the plate like this for your sweetie. Ay, te quiero. Ay, mi amor, te amo tanto. Or you can just put them on here. So we're gonna take our potatoes out of the oven. And remember, the theme for the evening is sweetheart. You're gonna take one of your artichokes, or you could put 2 on a plate if you want to. Take a couple of your shrimp. So we're gonna take our baked potato. It's gonna be a crude heart, but it's the thought that counts. That didn't take us all day, now did it? Fast, fun, and easy. Just like your sweetie pie likes it. Don't bake my heart, my achy bakey heart potatoes, steamed artichokes, sweetheart shrimp, and grown-up pudding cups. I'm Lauren, and this has been our special Valentine's version of the Cute Cook in the Kitchen. Remember to always keep it cute. Bye.